Good morning to all of my live viewers watching this today. So we're tuning into the energy of what's going on right now. Now keep in mind, even if you come across this video 3 years from when it was recorded, the message applies to you right now, okay? So that's just how this works, especially when we put that intention into it, when we put that energy into it. I'm a divine channel, so I channel messages from the divine. I'm also a light language channel. So I like to clear my deck and set the intention and clear the space with light language, which you will hear in just a moment. So I'm just going to tune in here for a second. I just want to set the intention that this message will find all that need it today and any time across all time, spaces, and dimensions. Declare that this message will provide clarity, will aid in those aha moments, will help bring that message that we've been asking for from our ancestors, our guides, our angels, as if we have presented it to them. That is my role. My role for you is to be that channel. So you have brought this question before them, and this is your answer for today. And you're going to feel this in your spirit. You're going to know within moments if this is your reading, if this is the message that you've been waiting for. We extend so much gratitude for that clarity. Received guidance during that. It's so interesting how the divine works. When I was doing that, I received guidance, and I hope I remember to do it, that I need to start doing those at the end of these readings to help for those whose situation this is, to help clear out, heal whatever is going on within them that is being called up for healing, that is needing to be activated in the circumstance. So I will begin doing that for you all. All right, so let's see what's going on today with, I want to see, is this for you today, or is this about someone else, the special person, the SP? Give me clarity. Who is this for today? Okay. So fire signs. That are broken up. Okay, water signs, feminine. Okay. So I feel like this is for the person watching today. This is more a message for you. To help you find some clarity in what is going on in your current situation. You're going to be someone who is most likely a fire sign or a water sign, because I had the Ace of Wands that came out first. And then Two of Cups is in reverse. This tells me there's a separation. We also have the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is water signs. This is divine feminine energy. But we're not being able to fully be in that energy because of what's happening right now. And then we have the Seven of Wands. That's in reverse too. So this is someone who I feel like has gone into very defensive energy. It's almost like an over assertion into masculine energy. So we might be dealing with some overactive witch's moon archetypes today. Okay. So as the reminder for that, the witch's moon archetypes, they express themselves. We either have the 3 overactive or we have the 3 underactive. The overactive express themselves in a wounded masculine. The underactive express themselves in the wounded feminine. And so regardless of gender, it'll play out the same way. There's a lot of very masculine, toxic masculine women. I used to be one of them. For those that will get to know me, those that know me, I'm always full accountability. To quote a new friend of mine, we were talking about it, and he's like, I do that. And that's kind of like our favorite thing now. It's like, I do that. It's like that accountability is showing up right there, right? All right, so let's get some clarity. So this is for you, the viewer. I feel that very strongly. This is not about our person today. Okay, so there's something happening in your situation, the separation that you took part in, okay? And this is, again, I do that. Today is a day of accountability. We're going to show up for ourselves with grace. We're going to show up for ourselves with observation. So something I work a lot with one-to-one clients, where we have to be in this space of observation, just observing it, right? So we have to realize and recognize that we live in a world of duality. Okay, this is why we have the separation of the masculine and feminine. We also have our own duality within us, the human aspect and the divine aspect. And what happens is a lot of times people are trying to make one live without the other. And in reality, they both live simultaneously in co-creative energy. Okay, so we have, I'm going to go into a little bit of coaching here. This is what messages are coming through. So we have our human self, right? And then we have our higher self, our higher consciousness, that part of us that's still connected through our spirit. Think about our spirit and our soul like an extension cord, okay? So we have the part that plugs into us, this is the spirit, and then our soul, or the oversoul, that's the part that plugs into the wall, okay? So that's what keeps us connected to the divine, and we have access to that. So we have our physical form, and then we have this higher dimensional connection to our oversoul. All right, what happens is we think that we have to either like spiritually bypass, or we have to just be all of this love, light, rainbows, you know, unicorns, all the things, or we're stuck in ego, okay? And we're just very confined by this false reality that where we are in this 3D matrix. I say the matrix because it's like a patriarchal matrix. I need to like trademark that term, but not really. But we're stuck in that, right? So we feel this separation when in reality both are existing simultaneously, and we need to allow that higher conscious version of ourselves to be able to simply bear witness to our human condition, our human experience. This is how we expand, okay? So this is why when we have situations come up, we don't judge it. And this is a big part for those on the twin flame journey. Releasing self-judgment is essential. You're not going to be able to have union if you're still in self-judgment. It's not possible. It is not possible. Your heart and soul will not be a vibrational match to be able to have a high-level divine union with another soul if it's still inhabited and consumed with self-judgment, okay? So that's something that we have to release, we have to let go of, is this idea of the self-judgment. So when we're witnessing our experience, we do so from a place of compassion. We do so from a place of love, okay? And we just bear witness, right? What does this have to teach me? It's like our oversoul version of ourselves is a scientist, okay? And our human part is the experiment, okay? So it's just like we're bearing witness to this, like what's happening with this, what's going on here. Why did I do that? Oh, I do that, right? So why? What is this showing me? What is this teaching me? I say this a lot again to my one-on-one clients. It's like what I'm known for, probably gets on their nerves, but I say you need to sit with it and lean in. And what I mean by that is we sit with it instead of trying to distract it away, right? With a new relationship or with certain physical horizontal activities, or maybe we like to do them in different ways, or substances or anything like that. We sit with it. Ugh, and it feels awful, right? It doesn't feel good, but we have to sit with it and then lean in. What is this really showing me? What is this really calling up? What is this really bringing up in me? Okay. All right. So this is what we're doing today. All right. We're going to go ahead and just move through with this. Say, all right, so something happened with this separation and I'm going to bear witness. I'm going to learn from this because we want to have a union, right? We want that. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this. So let's see what the divine has to teach you today in this. Okay. This is for you. Okay. Okay. So that was the Tower. I'm just kind of bringing some clarity with some of these. What's happening? Okay. All right. So with this Ace of Wands, this to me, that Ace of Wands tells me it was like a newer relationship. It hadn't really, like, what I'm getting is gotten off the ground. But it was something that you were excited about. It was something that you felt very, like, inspired by. Like, it felt very real, and this very well could have been a twin flame first time connection. That's why it felt so exciting. There was so much hope there, but it ended pretty quickly. A big part of why it did was because we were not fully able to be in alignment with our highest version of ourselves, with that divine feminine energy. Okay. And because of this, we felt almost like super discouraged, almost like giving up. Okay. And we're being asked not to do that. Okay. So with this beginning, again, I can see that it did fall apart pretty quickly because of the Tower. And the Tower is reversed with this, but what I feel from this energy is this started, but then something pretty significant happened with this situation, whether it was with you or with the other person. But I feel like this had to do with a life circumstance, and it did not bring out the best in either you or them. And this is unfortunately what happens, right? Sometimes we'll have a stressor come up. Maybe someone passes away. Maybe someone loses a job. Maybe, I don't know, an ex-spouse or something comes up and starts asking for more money or something. And it just creates this like heightened activation in the body. Who knows? Everyone's situation is going to be different, and you need to read into that. But I feel like that's kind of what created this ending. It was a circumstance. And again, it could have been in your life. It could have been in their life. But it created a lot of, again, I have the moon card here. It created a lot of like illusion. It created this feeling of, I'm getting the word panic. Like, it was very triggering. It triggered either you or this person when this happened. Triggered like old feelings, old woundings, old energies that came up. Okay. So, and I feel like this was for a reason, right? This happened for a reason. It was meant to activate this stuff because it still needed to be cleared out, especially for those that are on the twin flame journey. That stuff, that's the whole purpose, right? that's why we're here, is to get this stuff triggered and activated, to call it up, okay? I have the Nine of Cups here with this Queen of Cups. So I will say that this person, whoever you're separated from, they do see you as what they've been looking for, okay? So even if you feel like you didn't show up in the best way that you could have in this situation, maybe you weren't able to be as supportive as you wished you had been able to be. You had not been able to be as nurturing or nourishing in that divine feminine energy because the situation perhaps triggered you. I feel like this was a situation where the other person had something happening in their life where it was kind of taking their attention, And this triggered probably witch moon energy, right? That abandonment, that fear of betrayal, worrying, like, are they going to really be able to be here for me? Is this real? Is this going to be able to happen? So it brought this kind of stuff up. And so there was a little bit, I'm getting the word subterfuge, which is so much, I don't use words like that. So when they come through, I'm like, really? So subterfuge, I believe, is like some type of like sabotage, right? So, and unfortunately, you know, this happens. We're not always able to be our best self when stress happens. It's just part of the experience. But this person does feel like you are what they wanted, okay? So there is this energy of, from this like discouragement, I'm getting the King of Swords here. He's reversed. So there was a little bit of like manipulation that happened here with this. So this had to do with, like we broke up, we gave up on this. There was someone, I feel like someone just like walked away. And it was, it's a similar energy to what I've been getting the last few days. This must be like a collective purge thing that we're doing. But there was, when they walked away, there was a little bit of like manipulation. It might have been that they were trying to put too much blame on you because you were getting activated, you were getting triggered. And instead of them being able to be there for you in that and be that support that you needed, that reassurance that because of the stress that they were dealing with, they just didn't have the capacity to do it. So then therefore they kind of made it your fault for why they needed to step back and step out of the way. It's exactly what I'm getting from this. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Again, I feel like this is for you. I'm so sorry. The weather is changing here and I do deal with allergies. So also sometimes when I channel my throat chakra as I'm also healing, it does need to open. So that could be a thing too. So I want to see what are the messages for you with this situation. Okay. So I don't feel like there was any intentional like malice with this situation. I think that it just, there was someone, they got really stressed out. They weren't quite in their own healed energy of that awareness. They fell back into an old pattern, an old energy of feeling like there was some sense of weakness by taking responsibility, by being able to step up and say, hey, you know, I recognize that you're having a hard time right now, but unfortunately I'm not capable of being able to provide you with the support that I recognize that you need, that you deserve. I'm not able to show up as this partner that you want, right? And I think it would be best right now for us to take a step back, drop back here, let me figure out what I need to figure out with this. But I think in that person's mind, what I'm getting is like, that's their association with abandonment. So it's like they didn't want you to feel abandoned. So, and they felt like by saying that, then that is them abandoning. But instead, if they just kind of make it sound more about you, like it's your fault, that, and that's why they need to step back, that then it wasn't them abandoning you. It's interesting. That was not the right way to do it. But I feel in their heart that they were actually trying in a way. Okay, let's get more clarity. I want to see, again, let's go into what do you need to do from this? Like, what do you need to learn from this? What is the lesson here for this, for the viewer? What is the lesson here for their growth and expansion? Obviously the other person needed separation. Obviously they needed time to work on their own karmic stuff. So what is the viewer meant to do here? What is their work? Okay, so you have some healing to do. Six of Swords reversed. Good. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get one more. What is it that you're meant to be doing right now? Okay. All right. Good. I like this. Okay. This is good energy here. It makes a lot of sense to me. This is why I say this. So we have the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. So normally that means it's like a rite of passage. We're having movement from one thing to another, but with it reversed, it's saying that there's a resistance of that, right? So it's like we haven't really wanted to release some things, right? So whatever the situation activated within you, whatever it brought up within you, that is what is being called to heal, right? So this is again where we have to lean into it. We have to sit with it, lean into it. What is this really showing me? Journaling exercises can be really helpful for stuff like this. Okay, how did this really make me feel? How, what did it activate? What are the past memories that it triggered? What are the feelings that it triggered? Getting very real with yourself on this, okay? Being able to sit with that energy and be open to learning from it, okay? Because that's why this happened. There's resistance. This is, again, you guys have a karmic connection. In the extended, I'll look into kind of get clarity on if we're twin flames, if this is just a soulmate, if it's karmic, we'll look at all that, look at best case scenarios and stuff. But for now, they clearly were a soul friend, okay? Because they needed to do stuff. They've got something karmic happening on their end. I can feel that. But for you, you were resisting something. So whatever that was, this kind of made you have to look at this. So the next card is the Empress. This kind of confirms this energy where she's in reverse, okay? The Empress, she's, again, like that divine feminine energy, that more nurturing, connected with intuition, having some of that feminine leadership, kind of that goddess vibe energy, right? So whether you're a masculine or feminine watching this, it doesn't matter. It's just saying, you know, there's been power within you, that there's been, it's been inaccessible is what I'm getting because of this resistance to sitting with whatever this is activated. And here's the reality. Here's a very powerful message for you right now. This situation is irrelevant. It has nothing to do with anything. It literally was created right now to clear and heal whatever it is that it activated in you. The rest is going to sort itself out. I can already feel that. But I'm like the point purpose. I'm like, I don't even know which word to use. Both. The point and purpose of the situation, this has to get healed. This has to get healed. If you're going to be able to have a divine union, if you're going to be able to have this level of connection, you have to be able to tap into this Empress energy. You have to. So this situation happened by this soul friend to trigger and activate this within you so that you can move in. I have the Lovers, again, in reverse, so that you can move into this integration, into this type of union that you're wanting to have with yourself, but also with another, okay? So in order for that to happen, like, this is necessary. So and then the last card here is the death card. That one's right side up. So new beginnings, right? This is like a phoenix moment. Phoenix, that energy, right? It's like, you got to let it all burn away. All of these false ideas, all of these false beliefs, all of those past traumas, pains, all of that kind of stuff, allowing that to burn away from your identity that you're holding and allow yourself to move into this new Empress energy. And even again, as a masculine, that's just connecting with your own divine feminine energy. So what I get from that is, if there are masculines watching this, or whenever one does, what this tells me, masculine is that you have probably been operating in a wounded warrior energy that has been one of the wounded feminine energies. So the underactive archetypes, one of those three. Okay, so this is asking you to heal that energy, heal that. That's going to be more of like the passive, that energy of I can't do anything right, or I'm overly responsible for everyone else's feelings, that kind of energy. Okay, so for a feminine watching this, this is telling me that you probably, again, we said this in the beginning, you've been in an overactive archetype where it's probably been too much in the masculine energy, probably very defensive, very combative when you feel a level of threat. And meaning, I feel like you're a pretty highly sensitive person, meaning like energetically. So when you feel that something is getting a little hinky, when you feel that someone's getting stressed or maybe they're pulling back a little bit, you get highly activated by that. You're in good company. And that can cause you to go into that more like fight or flight masculine, like I need to defend, I need to protect, I need to go ahead and go on the offensive. So that's going to be those overactive witches wound archetypes. Okay. I'm going to end that here for this part. That's your homework. Lean into this. Okay. If you want to join me for the extended, I'm going to go into clarity on if the two of you are twin flames, what best case scenarios we're looking at, timeline, things like that. More karmic lessons is what I'm getting to. So I'm going to look into more of that stuff. If you want to be able to access the extended reading, you just need to be a member of my monthly membership. It's called The Collective. And those extended videos are inside that members only group. Okay. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to find the link to join that below. And trying to think what else. If you need the guide, the Manifest Your Mirror Soul guide, that will be linked as well, so that you can start learning, am I a mirror soul? Am I a twin flame? Because they are different. Where you are in your journey, what needs to be healed, all of that kind of stuff. You can access that guide. And if you want to learn what your witch's twin archetype is, you can also take the free quiz to learn what your archetype is and how that's showing up, and start to work to heal that. I also do offer twin flame readings, and the link for that will be there as well. Okay, so I'm going to end this here, and let me do that light language. I just reminded. All right, so for those that are stuck in this energy, just close your eyes for a moment as you're listening to this. We've got this old energy within our body. It's being called up to be transmuted, transformed. It's time for healing it. If we're having trouble accessing it, figuring out what it is, I'm going to go ahead and activate that information. Go ahead and open that up in the DNA. If you already know what it is and you're in the healing process, then this coding will go in to help break it up and help with the healing. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you on the extended. Bye.